Good evening, dear future officers. Today is 14th March 2021, and welcome to my channel Brave Heart. So, without any delay, without any waste of time, let's begin today's daily dose. Okay, the first article is about Satya Sahitya Academy Award. So, what is this award? For which field the award is given? It is given in literature. Is it the highest award for the literature in the country? No, the highest award is Janpith Award. So Janpith Award has to be announced. It was given in 2019 to a poet whose name is Amburi. Okay, in 2021 it has not yet been announced. So which is the highest award for the literature in the whole world? It's Booker Prize. Okay, Booker Prize will be announced in November 2021 every year. Okay, coming to the issue why it is there in news. This I have taken from the Hindu, the first page. So Neelakanteshwar named for Kendra Sahitya Academy Award. Okay, so he was named for Sahitya Academy Award. He is a poet who writes the poems about the oppressed classes. So for the past 5 decades, he has written the poems on these oppressed classes. So his name was given. Actually, his name was Yadav Reddy. Okay, Kumbham Yadav Reddy was his original name, and this Neelakanteshwar is his pen name. Okay, this is all about the first article. I have taken it from the Hindu newspaper. Okay, let's move on to the next article. It is about Kalyani Chalukyas. Okay, so about the history of Kalyani Chalukyas in 10th century AD, something like that. They defeated the Rashtrakuta kings and they came into power. Okay, so Kalyani Chalukyas were in the Deccan. In the south, Cholas were ruling. In the Deccan, this Kalyani Chalukyas were ruling, and in the north, all the Rajput rulers or 36 clans were ruling. Okay, why it is there in news? Because in the Warangal, rare sculpture of Kalyani Chalukyas prince was discovered. Okay, in the Warangal rural. Okay. This from the examination point of view, we need to know that Vikramaditya VI is the famous king who ruled from 1076 to 1126 AD. Okay, in his court there were two poets who are very famous. One is Billana, Bilhana, and the other is Vigneshwara. So these two poets were famous. Billana wrote the Vikramaditya Devacharita. Okay, Vikramaditya Devacharita was written by Billana, and Mitakshara was written by this Vigneshwara. So this is all about the Kalyani Chalukyas. Let's move on to the next article. This is about inflation versus growth. I have written the heading saying that focus on growth then inflation. Okay. So what is this inflation and growth? Actually, they are complementary. We cannot balance both of the time. But it is the duty of Reserve Bank of India to balance both inflation and growth on the other side. So let me explain clearly. Inflation is the rise in the prices. Okay. So if a tomato is there, okay, it costs rupees 30 per kg, and suddenly if there is an inflation, then it will cost 70 or 80 per kg. Okay, so this is all game between demand and price. So if demand increases, price also increases. If price increases, supply should increase accordingly in order to meet the demand. So uh, if supply it increases means we have to increase the production, right? Production should be increased in order to decrease the inflation. Because demand is more and the prices are more, we need to increase the production. So production in the sense it is growth. So to lessen the inflation, we need to increase the production. In this way, inflation is indirectly proportional to growth. If in my language, if I say it, okay. So please remember, inflation and growth are not they just go hand by hand. Okay. So here our chief economic advisor, who is he? Arvind Subramanian, sorry, Krishnamurthy Subramaniam is our chief advisor. He is saying that we should not focus on inflation. We should focus on growth. No matter how much the price increases, then we should just focus on the growth. Growth in the sense GDP, okay? The production, whatever I have said, production, right? This production should be increased. In the inflation which is there in news, it should not be bothered so much, says the economic advisor, chief economic advisor Arvind Subramaniam. Coming to the inflation, uh, so if I draw a graph like this, I will take a new slide. Okay? So this is the standard price, 0. And if the prices decreases below this, it is called deflation. If the prices are increasing slowly, but it is in the negative territory, it is called reflation. And here, if the in the positive, it is there in the positive. I mean, compared to previous year, it is growing more than 0%. Okay, then this is called inflation. And this, the slow decrease of the inflation, is called disinflation. Remember, inflation is measured with the help of indexes. What is index? Index is special average of the items available in the market. Suppose tomato is consumed more by public, then it is given more weightage. So like that, tomato, potato, onion, all are sorted out, and base, I mean, index is uh, made. Okay, in that way, indexes are made. Okay, so there are two types of indexes, that is wholesale price index WPI, and other is CPI. Wholesale price index is released by, I mean, this is CPI is released by CSO, and this is released by finance ministry, and where in the finance ministry, department of promotion of telecom, what we call DPPIT. Okay, so DPPIT releases this DPIIT, Department for Industry and Internal Trade, Production of Industry and Internal Trade releases wholesale price index, but this CPI is released by CSO. And remember, here only goods are considered. While calculating, only goods such as potato, tomato, onion, or something like that is considered. It is considered at the wholesale level, but in the CPI, both goods and services are considered. Okay. So this is the basic difference between CPI and WPI. Also remember, for calculating CPI, the year which is taken, base year should be taken. No, for CPI it is normal year from January to December, but for WPI it is the financial year from April till March. So in this way, it is calculated. It is calculated by Department of Finance. It comes under DPIIT, and this CPI is calculated by CSO. Okay, this is all about the inflation and everything. So our Arvind Subramaniam is saying we should focus more on the growth rather than inflation. So let's move on to, also remember there is a curve called Phillips curve. It is between inflation and employment. Okay, the graph drawn between inflation and employment is called Phillips curve. It will be like this. It is important from the examination point of view. Let's move to the next article. It's about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So if I ask you what is cryptocurrency and what is Bitcoin, cryptocurrency are those currencies used by those persons who think that these fiat money and legal tender are not good, it is bad. I mean, the government is imposing the fiat money, and you should know the basic idea what is fiat money and what is legal tender. Okay, fiat money in the sense anything, any money which is in the form of coins or notes. This is the one condition, and the second condition is it should be released by a government or king. So if these two conditions are satisfied, then it is called fiat money. And if it should be legal tender, then first of all it should be fiat money. And the second condition is that it should be circulating in the country. So if you take the money and go to any shop, then the shop must accept it. It is binding on the shop that it should accept the legal tender. So remember, fiat money has two conditions, and legal tender has also two conditions. In legal tender, one should be it should be fiat money, and the other should be uh, it should be circulating in our economy. Let me ask you a question: 1,000 rupees note, is it 1,000 rupees note? Is it fiat money or legal tender? It is fiat money. See the conditions. It is in the form of currency or not? Yes, it is there. It is issued by government. Yeah, it is issued by government. So it is fiat money. And whether it is legal tender, if you go and give 1,000 rupees note, now will they take after demonetization? No, no. So the second condition is not satisfying. So it is not a legal tender. So this is the basic difference between fiat money and legal tender. Okay, these are all the rules made by government. So some anarchy, those who don't follow the government, use the cryptocurrency as their medium of exchange to do businesses, large businesses, so that they can avoid taxes and everything. So Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin, I have said that it is a type of cryptocurrency. It was invented by a Japanese citizen. What is her name? Her name is Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, her name is Satoshi Nakamoto. So there, she created only 21 billion. 1 billion is 10 lakhs. Okay, so to 10 lakh bitcoins. So how can you obtain bitcoins? Like this is the pit. Okay, and there is lot of diamonds here. So you will take axe and you will cut the soil and you will go deeper, dig deeper, and then get this diamonds, right? In the same way, there is a algorithm. There is a complex algorithm which should be solved. It cannot be solved by human brain. For computers also, it requires many CPUs together. Okay, so if many CPUs are arranged together in series, then it can be solved. If the one algorithm is solved, then you will get one Bitcoin. So to get this is one of the method to get Bitcoin. Take many computers or take a quantum computer and you can solve the algorithm. You can get the Bitcoin. Or if you have money, you can sell that. You can buy that Bitcoin by taking the Bitcoins which who already have. Okay, as the what we say as the number of bitcoins decreases, so there are 21 million, no, she has set, Japanese citizen has set this 21 million, no? As the number of these bitcoins decreases, the complexity of the algorithm also increases. So this is all about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I have explained you in detail. Okay, so here it is there in news because Bitcoin hits 60,000 in record high. So one Bitcoin costs $60,000. $1 is around 60 or 70 now. Now calculate how much a Bitcoin costs. So why it is there? So these two uses one more thing. These two Bitcoins and these cryptocurrencies uses blockchain technology. What is blockchain technology? So there are many algorithms. Sorry, not algorithms. If there is a change in one particular thing, then all the systems take that change as the change. Okay, so you cannot hack easily because it is already there in that all the systems. It is already stored in all the systems because this is the type of blockchain technology. uh, so blockchain technology is security. Okay, banks are using this blockchain technology nowadays. So I have tried to explain in detail about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. If there is any doubt, please comment in comment box. I will try to explain it again in another video. Okay, let's move to the next article. This is about Kuti type of current affairs. Kuti in the sense chota, small. Okay, so National Institute of Naturopathy in association with the Regional Outreach Bureau has started a countdown of 100 days for IDY. What is this IDY? International Yoga Day. When it is celebrated? It is celebrated on June 21st. So June 27th, there is prelims exam. 6 days before it will be Yoga Day. Why it is celebrated? This June 21 is a summer solicit and it is said to be longest day. So let me explain you in brief here. Okay, so this is sun. Okay, Earth revolves around the sun, right? This is Earth. Not this much big, but I'm drawing for the explanation convenience, okay? This this could be the axis. Axis is always inclined, okay? So northern hemisphere is covered mostly by land and the southern hemisphere is covered by water, okay? So here the southern hemisphere is visible. I mean, the sun rays fall more on the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere is they fall very less, right? Because it is inclined like that in that way. So northern hemisphere receives very less sunlight. So this is the day of December 21st. This is called winter solstice. And here the northern hemisphere receives lot of light. So this is called summer solstice. And it is celebrated, it is on June 21st. So this is equinox. It is celebrated in March. This is also equinox. It is celebrated in September. So this is all about the winter solstice and summer solstice. And National Yoga Day, sorry, International Yoga Day is celebrated on June 21st. Okay, so our National Institute of Naturopathy, in association with Regional Outreach Center, has celebrated, and they have started countdown for Yoga Day, 100 days countdown from March 12th. Okay, March 12th. If you count till June 21st, it will be 100 days. So if you add 6 more days, so not 6 days, from March 12th is the date for prelims examination. Okay, be prepared. So the second article is about ban on wearing burqas, which is a country. It is Sri Lanka recently banned wearing burqas. This is the second country. First country was Switzerland. Okay, so this you can see this number, right? So 2001 FO3. So what is this number? This is an asteroid. Why it is there in news? Because in 2021 March, this asteroid is the largest asteroid which is going to pass through Earth very nearby. I mean, from the very near of the Earth, this asteroid is going to pass. So there in news. If a question comes in the examination, what is FO3 and all these numbers? Then remember it is asteroid. Okay. You need to know the difference. Okay, I will tell you the difference between asteroid, meteoroid, meteor, and meteorite. See the spelling difference. This is DE and this is TE. Okay, meteorite or the see first the basic difference between asteroid and meteorite. Okay, asteroid is larger celestial bodies which are revolving in the space, okay, between sun and other planets. These meteoroids are comparatively smaller. When they enter the earth atmosphere, then these two comes into picture. This meteoroid is in space, so if it enters earth atmosphere, these two comes in phase. Okay, like meteor is the one, so it as it enters the earth's atmosphere, it just burns away, it doesn't reach the surface. Such are called meteors, and if it reaches with all its energy, then it is called meteorite. Okay, this is the difference between meteoroid and meteorite. Please don't get confused by comet. Okay, comet is icy substance which is there in the space. When it goes near the sun, then it Tutatara. Did you see any Tutatara till now? Tutatara. So Tutatara is the icy comet which gets closer to the sun and it gets evaporated. In the process of evaporation, it leaves behind the tail which is glowing, which is visible as Tutatara. So what is this? If I remember this Tutha Tara, I will remember the dialogue of Bajirao Mastani. It is very good dialogue. So it will be like break kind of thing. Listen to the dialogue. Okay. So
उस दिन अपनी बेरहमी पे सबसे ज्यादा वक्त रोया था। मोहब्बत के आसमान ने अपने दो सितारों को जो खोया था। कहते हैं टूटे हुए सितारों को देख लो तो तमन्नाएं पूरी हो जाती हैं। ये दो सितारे खुद अपनी तमन्ना के लिए टूटे थे। शायद यही समझाने आए थे दुनिया में। हर धर्म मोहब्बत सिखाता है, पर मोहब्बत का तो कोई धर्म नहीं होता। वो खुद अपने आप में एक धर्म है।
So please remember, this is the dialogue which I like it. Like मोहब्बत, हर धर्म मोहब्बत सिखाता है, लेकिन मोहब्बत का तो कोई धर्म नहीं होता। Let's move on to the next article. Did we cover everything? Yeah, the Kuti type of current affairs are still remaining. India's first dedicated express cargo terminal was introduced in Kempegowda, Bangalore airport. Okay, and so what is this? Kala Namak Chawal Mahotsav. Kala Namak is a rice in UP. It was given GI tag. So this Mahotsav is being organized in UP. Okay, this is rich in micronutrients like iron and zinc. Let's move on to the next article. Next article is about Global Breast Cancer Initiative. This is the initiative by World Health Organization. Why it is there in news? Because Tedros Adhanom has recently stressed on this initiative. It provides the guidance to all the governments about the breast cancer initiative and how to cure it, how to do the successful treatment about it. Okay, remember, 1 out of 6 women who dies of the cancer are of breast cancer. Okay, this is becoming very fatal, more than lung cancer. This breast cancer is there in the picture. Okay, so WHO's aim is to reduce the deaths mortality due to breast cancer from by 2.5%. By 2040, it should be reduced by 2.5%. This is about the breast cancer and WHO. Remember, headquarters of WHO is in Geneva, Switzerland. It was established in 1948, I guess in the April. Just check out the date. Let's move to the next article. It's about Mount Sinabung. Okay, where is this Mount Sinabung? It is there in Indonesia. Why it is there in news? Because it recently erupted. So can you see here 400 years? Till 400 years, it was dormant volcano. It was in the first time in 2010 that it got erupted. From then, it was getting erupted in 2014 and 16 and 20 and now. Okay. So this is all about the Mount Sinabu. So if we see the map, it will be very clear. Let me show you the map. Okay. So this is the Google map, and this is our dearest India. Okay. So if I search here Mount, I have searched in Mount Merapi. Mount Merapi is the most active volcano in Indonesia. Okay, so this is our India, and this is the Java and Sumatra islands. Okay, the upper one is called Sumatra, and the lower one is called Java. And the strait which separates the upper and lower is called Sunda Strait. Okay, here it is. This strait is called Sunda Strait, and here we were discussing about Mount Sinabu, right? Mount Sinabu is here. Yeah, Mount Sinabu. This is the location of Mount Sinabu and the north of the Sumatra of Indonesia. Anything could be question, okay? And little bit in the middle, it is Mount Merapi, okay? And also remember here there is one more Calendra, okay? Cassandra or something its name is. Yeah, Kakotra Cassandra, okay? What is this Cassandra, Calendra or something? The name is there, I forgot. When the volcano uh, erupts, I mean, if the volcano explodes heavily, then a pit forms, a deep depression forms, and this is what is Krakatau. Okay, Krakatau is the okay. Also remember, Mount Merapi is a stratovolcano. What is stratovolcano? The volcano comes outside and cools. The second time also the volcano comes outside and cools. In such a way, every time it comes outside and cools, it forms layers. So it forms a mountains of layers. This is called stratovolcano, and Merapi is one of that stratovolcano. So this is all about our Mount Sinabu and Mount Merapi and everything. Let's move on to the next article. It is about Bamia Buddhas. So these Bamia Buddhas is there in the Bamia Valley of Afghanistan. It were there. It were these are the two Buddhas. Okay, one Buddha is known as Salsal, and the other is Shamama. So these two Buddhas are the tallest. Okay, about 58 feet at that time. So unfortunately, 20 years back, it was destroyed by Afghan government by Taliban. I have told you about Taliban and Afghans. Okay, so it was there in the 5th century AD. What is the meaning? Salsala in the sense, Salsal in the sense it is the light of universe, and Shamsham in the sense it is queen goddess. Okay, mother goddess, I think. So these is there. Why it is there in use? Because here you can see, right, the virtual Buddha was projected by the government recently in order to remember those lost Buddhas. Okay, it was really a uh, historic monuments. It was destroyed. It took almost 26 days to 1 month to destroy these two sites. Okay, they have blasted it by putting in the bombs inside them. Okay, at that time, this is all about the Bamiyan Buddhas. Remember, they are there in Afghanistan. Also remember, these Buddhas, both Gupta, Iranian, and Greek style, are discussed. Let's move to the next article. It's about Asterix. What is this Asterix? It is a France military exercise. Both US plus Germany, these space agencies, new space agency of US and Germany space agency, is participating in this exercise. So similar kind of exercises are done by India also. They are called Ind SpaceX and Mission Shakti. Let's move to the next article. It's about inner line permit. Why it is there in news? Because Uttarakhand, there are two valleys, okay, Niti and Nelang Valley. These two valleys were, they proposed to remove the inner line permit so that it can be developed. Okay, inner line permit is, it is for 4 states. Okay, one is Arunachal Pradesh, the second is Nagaland, and the third is Manipur and Mizoram. Okay, these 4 states only inner line permit is provided. What is this inner line permit? In order to save the culture or save the tribes which are living there, in the Act of 1873, Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act. Okay, in this act, this inner line, the concept of inner line permit came into effect. Apart from these 4 states, this is also having, okay, Niti Aayog and Nilang Valley. These two are also having inner line permits. This is all about the inner line permit. What else? What is inner line permit actually? So if you want to go and stay in these places, then you need a permit. Not only foreigner, you also need a permit, and you cannot stay there permanently. Okay, these areas are restricted for the tribes which are living here. So you need to take the inner line permit and go to these areas, visit these places, return as soon as possible. That is Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Manipur. These are the 4 states. Okay, AMMT states. So Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, and Tripura. These states are there in one schedule. Mention in which schedule. Please comment in comment box in which schedule these states are mentioned. Okay. Coming to Niti and Nilang Valley. So Niti Valley is little bit not that much stricter. Nilang Valley is very strict. Okay. Tourists can't go here by taking inner line permits, and only 24% can go, and they can stay only for one day. You cannot stay at night also. Here tourists can go, and they can stay for a day. Here also night permit it is not available for Niti also. Okay, this is all about the Uttarakhand's Niti and Nelang Valley. Niti Valley is there in Nelang Valley is there in Uttarkashi district of Uttarakhand, and Niti is there in some, I don't remember the name. If you know, please comment in comment box. Let's move to the next article. It's about Lingaraj temple. Okay, where is this? It is there in Bhubaneswar. Uh, there in Bhubaneswar is capital of Odisha. Okay, who is the governor? Lalji Tandon, and who is uh, CM? It is Naveen Patnaik. Okay, Naveen Patnaik, Biju Janata Dal. So this is all about the Odisha, and it's let's discuss about the Lingaraj temple. Okay, so it is built on the Kalinga architecture, and Somavamshi dynasty built this. Okay, Somavamshi dynasty built the Lingaraj temple, and it showcases the synergization. I mean, both Shaivism and Vaishnavism sects are there. Shaivism in the sense they believed Shiva. Okay, Vaishnavism in the sense they believed Vishnu and Krishna. Okay, so towards the north of Lingaraj temple, there is a lake called Bindusagar Lake. So if a question comes in the examination, what is Bindusagar Lake? Then remember it is there in Odisha near Lingaraj temple, north of Lingaraj temple. Okay. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me, and God bless you all. And this is Riyaz signing off.